Hi, my friend. Welcome to the 1 Minute to Glory podcast. I'm your host, Alexandra Alvarez. I love to tune in with you every week. This episode, I hope that you feel refreshed, or that it sparks curiosity, or perhaps even gives you a different outlook on life. But at least, I hope that you get something out of it. So have a listen. Happy New Year, my friends. As most of you know, I launched this podcast after a profound encounter with my soul. I found it fitting to commence the new year with an episode reflecting my initial impressions immediately following that transformative experience. So, this episode is an intimate exploration of my soul, guided by the understanding I gathered along the years walking with my God. In this introspective monologue, I embark on a transformative journey to understand the essence of my being and the connection between my personality and my soul. So, join me as I uncover the power of shedding barriers and embracing the sacred space within. I hope that you feel inspired and challenged even as I dive into this soulful quest, and I want to do this with you. I truly understand now what Oprah had said about we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, and we have to put our personality at the service of our soul. How do you find your soul? And how do you connect with your soul? How do you know what your soul needs, wants? How do you know the difference between your personality and your soul? I had for a long time confused what my ego wanted with my true purpose. I could not hear it anymore. And what it did is that I just thought that, and perhaps you are like me, I thought what I wanted is what I really wanted and needed. Then I heard, well, maybe it's not what you want, but it's what you need. But then what is the point of wanting something if that's, where is the joy of not having what I want? And then I realized that my ego has built fortresses and it encapsulated my soul in a very just completely disregarded my soul to the point that my soul was absolutely not part of my concern or my priority. How did I do that? I experienced a tremendous amount of loss, and I chose to a world where loss did not exist anymore. There was no more loss. There was no more desire and joy, pure. And little by little, I not able to connect with that soul. That joy really went away. And I went about everything that I did not want to do. I did not consider fun as being a real value. What do I really want to do? Does that matter? Completely disregarded all these things. And sometimes we can use wealth and status as fortresses, and we become prisoners of our own self. But we created that prison. When I started to shedding all of this and doing some search on myself, just putting myself out there, searching, doing some work through masterminds and really trying to connect with what I wanted to do. I just couldn't see. I didn't have any visions or imaginations. It definitely wasn't flowing. And then there was this space that I reached. And it was a space of quiet, very quiet. It was a space of peace, of knowing. The noise around was completely muffled. It didn't matter whatever my husband was telling me or I thought he was telling me or
what I should be doing, making some phone calls, being responsible, doing real estate. And that space told me, I don't want to do real estate anymore. I need to quit. I need to stop because this space does not have real estate in it. And so I was able to make some bold moves, or to muster the courage to talk to my husband and to say, the Alex team, I don't want to do it anymore. It's not for me. How could that be? I mean, that could break a marriage, right? To just the Alex team. My husband and I were Alex and Alex. There's no breaking that. But I was fighting. Just how can that be even a successful business if one is unhappy? It also allowed me to say to my husband, you know what I feel when you talk to me? I feel that you think you're Isaac, the son of the promise, and I'm Ishmael, the one who did not get the blessing. That's how I feel. And that's what I'm reacting off of. And I just want to tell you something. Whatever it is that God's plan is, or my soul's purpose in the space, it is well with me. Whatever it is, even if I'm not going to fight to gain the approval that you think I do not have from my God. I have enough evidence that He loves me, He made me. I'm not going to fight back. That could end wars. To really reach that space, that can end so much. I don't fight. My ego is not hurt. It's a place of peace. It doesn't matter what you think of me. It was huge. I just felt like something was fleeing away from this. And I believe that it may have been lies. Satan. There is an enemy as well that does not want us to move forward. And then another element of that space that we need to find at all costs. In that space, there was nothing else but, I think, my soul. There's no space for anything else. No one else is allowed there. No one else can enter that space. It's sacred and it's my own. So when just reminded me, it echoed also something that I had heard just recently by Oprah, and quoting someone else, that I'm the captain of my soul. I'm the captain of my soul. How do I do that? How am I the captain of my soul? I need to find it, and no one else. That can take away codependency, because there's no one else there but me. No one has access. No one has a right to that. And God gave it to us. Right? It's a place where we find God. I don't really know all of it or what it is, but so there's a space that belongs to no one else. So it's important because it's you. It's going to be you, truly, while you're on earth, from which everything flows. It really is important to meet that person, to meet you. Another element is that I have two sisters, and my oldest sister is disabled, and she passed away. In my ego world, handicap has no place. I didn't know what to do with that element when I was in my ego. I had built fortress to eradicate death, and because I couldn't, it was just my way of not coping, I guess, or my way that it was just too big. When my mother died, something in me died, and I did not know that, but it just moves me to think about it because it's huge. Going back to meet with my mother years and decades later, because God brought me to a place where I was able to see the woman, to be in her country, to understand her dreams, and I mean, there's so much in it, and that's a whole different thing, but how could I live if she didn't figure it out? And when I hit puberty, something died, and I was never able to go back to before puberty. And now it's more slow. But what I wanted to say originally is that I built really strong fortress, and death was no longer there, but life was not there either. It was not to be found. I was just not feeling that lost. But also what wasn't there, could not be there, had no space for it, is imperfection, right? Because death is the result of imperfection, of a sin, of us separating from God. That's how I understand it. But so handicap, I don't know. What do I do with that? It doesn't represent anymore this new identity that I was carrying. And I could not connect with it at a deep level. But then my sister's name was Sophie. And what does that mean, Sophie? It means wisdom. When I went to Bulgaria, I went to Sofia, right? Which means wisdom. Are you listening? Wisdom. I miss out on wisdom if I do not connect my sister, if I do not see who she was. And there's Sledet Sophia, holy wisdom. It's not just wisdom, it's holy wisdom. When I left Bulgaria to go back to the US, I had to fly out of Istanbul. Hagia Sophia, a huge building built in the center of the town that represents and symbolizes the holy wisdom. I will never understand God if I do not break these barriers. I have to reach this space because I can miss out on God altogether. And this space can die because God can kill the soul, destroy the soul, which has no purpose. I mean, we can really destroy ourselves, not only here in this life, in this side of eternity, but we can really destroy our souls if we allow to, if we allow. Am I listening? Am I listening? Are you listening? So if this makes sense to you, if you feel like you've built barriers and you don't know anymore what you want, you don't know anymore what to fight for, what is being the captain of anything means, you may be missing out. You're missing out actually on a lot. You're missing out not only on the purpose of this life, but on God altogether. You think because you are Jewish or Christian or, any religion, even spiritual perhaps, that you are connected with God and you hear. It may be passing you by. So in further episodes, I want to talk how to see God, how to seek His face, how to reconnect. Because truly the barriers that we've built them for a reason. Things may be too big for us to understand. And in order to understand and to see, these barriers must go. They have to go. And we may not be able to do it on our own. We need God, that force. God, courage, breaking down these barriers, freedom. And then also how to get to that space that is the sacred space of our soul. How do we get there? And how we live a life free of this baggage, Everything is connected. We're not separated from the world. We have true, deep, meaningful connection with ourselves and with others and with our God. Just like originally when Adam and Eve were walking in the garden, they were able to see God. We're no longer in that garden, but that's God's plan. He wants us back. I also want to talk about universal intelligence, and it's very prominent and predominant in books and today's, and tap into that power. I also want to talk about that there's a relationship. It's not just tapping into the power and receive, which is incredible because that's who God is, right? He gives good gifts. He is God. He is love. But who is God? What does He want of me? Is He happy with me? How does He feel about me? You know, a relationship. A relationship. It's more than just tapping into a power and receiving, right? Do I need to give? Does it matter if I give? Could I ever give and repay? He is doing to me. You know, I think there's a lot more there. We can be healed if we connect to His power. In the Bible, we see that Jesus did heal, but it was not His first mission. It was something more. It was just not getting us free from slavery, rights. You know, it was there, but it was the result of something else. It was the consequence of who He was, love. And there was something more important, is to save us from ourselves. There's something about us that need rescuing. And then there's a relationship. Why? Why is He rescuing us? Why? So I want to tap into that as well. I want to discuss that because that's love. It's not just a few years that we have here. Why? We can get everything, but it's great. And I want a lot more than that. Again, I'm getting emotional because it's important. It's something I want to say. It's something I need to say. So I want to talk about it. It's important to me, and I hope that it echoes and it's important to you as well. I hope that you like this. I hope that you feel connected. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you want to hear about. What do you need? What is it that matters to you? And then I'll do soul searching as well. And I'll give you my take on it as well. I think that we've all had experiences in our lives, and we all have a special, unique way to view. And I just remember also what Kathy Heller said, that we are a masterpiece. We are a piece of the master. So all of us have a clue of who God is, of that divinity. We all have an understanding, and all together we make a better image of who God is. So this is just my small participation, but it's a platform I'm so excited about. Nothing else really helps me. I'm with people, clients, or out, even at church. It can be the same, and there's no time. There's distractions, there's people, and I don't connect with it. I don't connect with it. My soul wants more, and it has something to say. So it is my job to find my soul a platform where it can express itself, expand, reach whomever needs to be reached. If it can help someone, then that makes all the difference to me, because that's why I'm doing this. It's not easy. It definitely isn't for me. It really is stepping out into the unknown, because I have no idea where this is leading me. But that's where I know that maybe there's something there, because it's something where my ego, my personality has absolutely no benefits to, no reason to take over and control. There's absolutely no way it can control this. It's actually going against what my personality would want to do. But it's love towards myself, right? And it's integrity, because it has been on my heart. And it's something that I'm passionate about. Life, justice, beauty, because that's where beauty is found too. It's not just the outward appearance and how well we put ourselves together when we go into the world. It's really shedding that and really find that space that is absolutely pure beauty, unaltered, unafraid, unapologetic. It just is. And that's what I want to, that's what I'm interested in. And if that's something you're seeking as well, something pure and real that is you, and that you want to unfold as well, and you want to uncover and free, then please join me on this journey, because I need you. Together, I can't imagine can possibly happen.
Here are some takeaways that I gathered from this episode. Transform your life from a different place and intention than what created your current unwanted situation. True connection happens in honesty. Conversations, even with a spouse, that break soul isolation may not necessarily be exposing the truth about the relationship as far as the other person is concerned, but it is a starting point to a deeper connection. Don't fear speaking up. Truth uncovers everything, exposing lies and setting you free. Your essence is God created. No need to convince others. Connecting with your soul is your responsibility and the very place where you find God. Take time to find your soul. Missing it means missing everything else. Face your nemesis. They can be stepping stones or stumbling blocks holding meaning to your destiny. Everyone can face their nemesis with desire. It's a personal journey. You have to want it. Universal intelligence isn't everything. Establish a relationship with God for true soul rest and flourishing. Listening to your soul is self-love, and it is integrity. With that comes also a promise. You will not fail, because love never fails. Dear listeners, I want to extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you who has been a part of this beautiful journey with me. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, which is inching its way already, I'd like to offer you a unique and personal way to celebrate the essence of love through custom-crafted poems. This year, consider gifting a custom poem, a timeless expression of love. Let me craft words that encapsulate the essence of your relationships, creating a meaningful keepsake for your loved ones or yourself. Let me weave words that resonate with your journey, capturing the love that binds us all. In choosing a custom poem, you're not just buying words, you're investing in a reflection of your connection, a piece of art that will endure beyond the flowers and the chocolates. And as you and I know, we live in a world where we yearn for genuine and significant connections. My custom poems are priced at $299. If you're ready to capture the essence of your emotions in a personalized piece, connect with me right now to place your order. Drop a DM on Instagram or Facebook, or shoot me an email at alexandragrafalvarez@gmail.com. It's Alexandra Graf Alvarez, AlexandraGraffalvarez @gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you. Let's create something beautiful together. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'd love to hear from you, so please leave a review below or on Apple Podcast. If you found today's message encouraging, please consider sharing it with someone who might benefit. Your support helps us also reach more listeners. Thank you. Bye for now.